Hello, welcome back to the Chess Mindset. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to play an aggressive London system. Now, I've done a video in the past teaching you how to play a defensive London system, which is basically another style if you're more into defending and you don't want to go for like crazy attacks and like sacrifices, right? So that's in a previous video, but this video will be focused on how to play aggressively in the London system. So just to recap what the London system is, right, we start off with the basic setup of the London system, and let me just get the position right. So basically you get into a position like this where you've developed all the pieces, you've developed your bishop, right, or your knights here, and you've got this very nice and stable pawn structure. So from this moment on, what you want to do if you're an aggressive player is, first of all, you need to understand what is the general plan when you're attacking in the London system. Well, a very common idea is this bishop eventually going to take this h7 pawn, or if they move it, let's say something like this, right, let's just say something like this, right, if they move it like this, then eventually you're going to try to like take this pawn with something like g4 and g5, and then try to get them to take, right? If you're under 1000 Elo, I've got a beginner to 1000 Elo course inside my Skool community. It's designed to help you stop making simple mistakes and improve faster. Link in the description below. So that's basically the general idea, and once they take, then you're gonna like just keep launching your kingside pawns, and then get your rooks in, get your queen in, right, and then try to put pressure on your opponent. So that's the general plan. And the specific way we do this, we have to talk about a few principles. First of all, we really want our knight to go on e5. Like, this is basically the bread and butter of London system players, right? We really want our knight to go on e5. And even if they play knight to c6, we're still going to play knight to e5. And if they ever take, right, now if you're a defensive player, I do recommend taking back with the bishop. But if you're more of an aggressive player, which this video is going to cover, then I highly suggest you take with the pawn. And the reason why I suggest this is because you create a very imbalanced position. And the way this works is you're going to kick this knight away. And this knight is the only defender of this h7 square. So in the future, or in like the very immediate like future, then like you can possibly just sacrifice this bishop, right? Because if something like this, then sometimes you can even sacrifice this bishop, because after takes, you could bring your queen out and then like cause all sorts of trouble to your opponent. But of course you still have to calculate that, and that's why this style is more of like a calculation style, not really like a solid positional style, right? So that's why I recommend taking the pawn. And because they can't go here, because your queen will just take his knight, they have to retreat their knight to this square, and it just looks very grim, right? It can't really develop anymore. Now, they will eventually play f6 to sort of undermine your pawn, but you could just start with your g4 and h4, h5 and push and just sort of pressure your opponent, right? So that's sort of the general idea. And once they bring the knight back, what you want to do is you just want to play, let's just say, queen h5, like just threaten checkmate immediately. And let's just say they do something like h6, right, protecting that. Well, now you can bring your other knight, right? So the thing with the London system is you always have this other knight to sort of replace your knight that you just lost, or that you just traded off, right? And now your opponent is going to be in all sorts of trouble. You have sacrificing ideas, right? And like, let's just say something random like this. Like you can even probably just take this, because after takes, you're gonna take, and then you're threatening checkmate immediately, right? And there's basically not many things they can do here. Like, if they do this, then you just obviously just take. I mean, you should just checkmate. And if they play something like knight f6 to stop this, then I'm pretty sure you can just take this, and then like they have to take back, and you can just checkmate anyway. So there's not really anything they can do. The only move they can play here is like f5, which is like crazy. And if you're en passant, then you're just going to continue pressure, h4, g4, h5, and you're just going to put pressure on your opponent. So always look out for these bishop sacrifices, right? Bishop sacrifice here. And basically what you want to do, right, as I said, you want to eventually start launching your pawns on the king side. So start with knight e5, okay, after takes, they put the knight here, you can just push g4, right? Let's say something like this. You can even push like g5, takes, and you're already threatening a lot of stuff, right? Your bishop and rook are like doing a very good job at pressuring here. You have queen ideas, right? You can even sacrifice the rook, right? If they do something like, let's say something like this, pretty sure you can just sacrifice the rook, because after takes, you can put your queen here. Right now they have to bring their king here. Now you can just play g6, which is crazy because now you're threatening to checkmate with queen h7, and there's nothing they can do. There's literally nothing they can do. Right, rook f7 to create this square, but now you can just check, and then after this, then you're just gonna checkmate. So a lot of the common ideas in the attacking style is you first want to put your knight on a5, and then you want to sort of just launch your pawns on the king side, bring your queen in, right? Sacrifice the bishops when you can, of course, don't just blindly sacrifice them, and then you're gonna win games that way. So I've actually had a lot of games where I just castle queenside because then I can bring my other rooks in, right? But let me just show you a quick example of what happens if your opponent plays bishop to d6. And in these situations, what you want to do, always, right, bring your bishop back to g3. And the idea is that if they take, then you're going to take with the h-pawn, and you're going to open up this file for your rook. So if they ever castle, now they're going to be under all sorts of trouble, because let's say you develop your bishop here, and they play something normal like this, right? And you just finish your London system setup, let's say something like this, right? Bring your knight to e5, if they take, then you take with this. And whenever they move the knight, right, that stops defending this h7 square. So now you can actually sacrifice, well, not sacrifice, you can take this pawn with the bishop, and the only move is to bring the king here. Now you can just bring your bishop back, like wherever, it doesn't really matter, let's say here. And the only move, right, since this is a check, they have to bring the king back, right? If they bring their queen here, then you just take the queen. So they have to bring the king here. And now you have a few options, right? You can play queen here, or you can just sacrifice the rook, because when they take, you're gonna go here, and then they're gonna go here, and then you can just checkmate. So whenever your opponent, right, tries to challenge your dark squared bishop with this bishop to d6 move, you can always just bring it back to g3. And then if they take, then you're gonna open up this file, and basically your game plan here is very simple, right? Knight e5, right, bishop to d3, knight here, and sometimes you can castle queenside because you want to bring your other rook in the game. And sometimes you can stack up your rooks, right? Have two rooks, and then you're going to put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And in these situations, the only defender of this square is this knight on f6. So you always want to think of a way to get this knight out of the way, right? With something like this, if they ever take, then you take with the pawn, and now you kick the knight out of the way. So that's a very common idea. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to remember for an attacking style in the London system. As I said, you still have to calculate. You can't just blindly play h4, h5, because sometimes it won't actually work. So of course you still have to calculate, right? But generally speaking, that is what you want to do. Knight e5, you're gonna go h4, g4, h5, right? Bishop to d3, and then when the moment is right, you can sacrifice on h7. Sometimes if they play h6, then you can sacrifice your dark square bishop, and well, obviously after they've castled and everything, right, then you can sacrifice your bishop and then start to attack on the king side. When you're playing an attacking London system, you always want to focus on the king side, not the queen side. And unless they castle queen side, which is a little bit different, because then you can't really push on the king side, because you're gonna castle king side, right? So it's a little bit different if they castle queen side, but generally if they castle king side, then you can start launching these pawns onto their king side, putting bishop to d3, bring your queen out, and then eventually just put a lot of pressure on your opponent. So I hope this video gave you a general guide on how to play the London system as an attacking player. Now, once again, if you don't really, if you've seen this video and you're like, okay, this style is not really for me, I don't really feel like this attacking style, playing h4 is really my style, then you might want to check out my defensive style London system video, where I go over how to play the London system in a more defensive style, where you don't really go for this h4 idea. Instead, you go for this h3 idea, and you're actually going to retreat your bishop to h2. So if they ever go knight h5 attacking your bishop, then you can retreat your bishop to h2. And this one is a little bit more like, it feels a bit more cramped, but it is a better London system if you're more of a defensive style, where you put your knight on f1 protecting this square, and then yeah, this is like, it's a very whole different sort of style. It's a defensive style. So if you want to check that out, then it's on my channel, or I'll probably like link it somewhere here where you can find it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what type of content, what opening you guys want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.